Alright, sport lovers across the globe, welcome to yet another interesting edition of Sport Review on Kiraa Sport TV. My name is Ebidapo Miracle Oluwadami Lola. This edition promises to be entertaining as I'll be taking around the happenings in the world of sports, starting from the local story before I go to an international story that I have for you today. Please do well to follow us on all our social media and do on TikTok, on Facebook, likewise on Instagram, and yes, also on YouTube. We are available at Kiraa Sports TV. And make sure you click on the notification bell so once we start dropping videos, you get notified on all the videos that we are dropping on the sports channel. And also, quick reminder about the Kiraa Football Academy, where talent and also potentials are being nurtured, where we make you a professional footballer, and also we send you out to that particular footballing world stage. Once again, welcome to Sport 3. My name is Ibidakbo Miracle Oluwadami. Starting from the local story that we have for you today, let me confirm to you that the news regarding CHAN 2024, it's victory or nothing against Nigeria. That's coming from Congo striker Elanga. Let me confirm to you today that the Congo striker Gosim Duvan Elanga has expressed the team's determination to claim victory against Nigeria. According to a report I have on my table, the Batlemeni Gantosono side we take on Nigerian in their last group game at the 2024 Africans Nations Championship. That's on Tuesday today. The Group D encounter is slated for the Benjamin Nkpaka Stadium del Al Salam. Let me make you understand that Congo right now occupies third position in Group D with 2 points from 2 games. The East Africans must beat Nigeria to be sure of their passage to the quarterfinals. Like I said, they are determined to secure maximum points from the game. We enter this match with the same determination as before. We are ready. He said that according to a correspondent media. Away from that, taking a look at CHAN related story. Congo coach wary of what? Wary of wounded lions or eagles. Let me confirm to you that the Congo head coach Batlemeni Natozo says his player must be at their best in order to get a positive result against Nigeria. The Gantasono sides are still searching for their first win at 2024 African Nations Championship. The Congolese currently occupy second position in Group D, with 2 points from 2 games. They need to beat Nigeria to make sure they secure a place in the quarterfinals of the particular competition. The Eagles will be playing for pride in the game, having faith to record a win in their opening 2 games. And that also claimed they must be at their best, of course, because their opponent is a wounded opponent. Respect Nigeria, but they are like a wounded lion. They will play with pride, so must be sharper, and also we must stay focused. The gaffer will actually quoted. We respect Nigerian and also, but they are like a wounded lion. They play with pride, so we must actually be sharp and also focus to make sure we win that particular game against Nigeria. That's coming from the that's coming from the coach of Congo ahead of the clash that will be happening live and direct today. Away from that particular story, still taking a look at CHAN related story. Let me confirm to you that the home Eagles will fight to beat the R Congo. That's coming from Unduka. The home base Eagles captain Junior Unduka said that the team can afford to end their campaign at the 2024 African Nations Championship with a defeat. Eric sides have already been eliminated from the competition after losing their opening 2 fixtures to Senegal and also Sudan. The West Africa are also yet to score a goal in the tournament, having let in 5 good goals. The Eagles also take on Congo in their last group game at the Benjamin Nkpaka Stadium. As it stands, that will be happening live and direct today. Unduka declared that the players will give everything against the Congolese. We need a win for the country. We will give everything against Congo. The 2 defeats affected us, but we must bounce back. The centre-back told a correspondent media. According to the report I have on my team, the game will be kicking off at exactly 6 p.m. Nigerian time at Mpaka Benjamin Stadium. Alright, away from that particular story, taking a look at another local story popping up, a story regarding Lafia City. Lafia City Stadium set to undergo renovation. Let me confirm to you today that Nasarawa State government has mapped out plans to actually begin renovations work at the Lafia City Stadium out of the 2025-2026 football season. The Commissioner for Youth and Sport Development, Honorable Kwata Yakubu, embarked on a crucial inspection tour of the city of Lafia Stadium to assess its condition ahead of the 2025-2026 Nigerian Premier Football League season. The commissioner disclosed that the inspection was aimed at effecting some repairs at the facilities to meet the NPFL requirement for the state-owned Premier League club Nasarawa United to host its home games. According to the report, as you are aware, new football league season will kick off in the next few days, and also our darling team, National United will be participating. However, we want them to play their own matches at the Lafayette City Stadium. So I am here with a contractor who have been mandated to commence work immediately on areas we have identified as the stadium requires urgent attention, including the football pitch. Okay, still talking about that particular story. National United also will kickstart their 2025-2026 campaign against Niger Tornadoes on the road on Sunday, 24th of August 2025, this particular weekend after hosting their first home game of the season against visiting Abia Warriors come Saturday, 31st of August 2025. Away from that particular news, just taking a look at local stories that are for you today. Let me take a look at these also. NYG 2025 Team Data. That's talking about the National Youth Games. Team Delta opened close camp ahead of title defense. Defending champions of the National Youth Games, Team Delta have commenced closing camping with over 600 athletes in preparation for the 9th edition of the championship, scheduled to take place in Asaba from August 26th to September 6th. Let me confirm to you that the athletes are currently camped at the British School, the Delta Sport Commission hostel, and the Orchis hostel in Opanam. An official of the local organizing committee, Festus Ujewero, confirmed on Monday that the final list of athletes and officials who will represent Delta at the games will be unveiled later this particular week. And finally, on local story this morning, before we go to international story that I have for you, Chan, home-based Eagles clash against Congo is a must-win, says the coach of the Super Eagles, Team B. Let me confirm to you that Eric Chow declared that the home-based Eagles' last group games at the 8th African Championship against Congo Brazzaville is a must-win encounter. The Nigerian clash out of that particular game, yes, I've been giving you a very detailed analysis earlier on. He urged the players to put up a strong mentality in the game, adding that the players need to show that they are ready mentally for the game. They must respond with something to bring home. We made too many errors. I decided, how we play, not me personally, but after the analysis, of course, what we see, how the players react. Other games I play, I want to win. That's coming from Eric Che. But let's see how exactly that particular game will be punning around later on today regarding the ongoing Chan. Let's say maybe or maybe not the Nigerian Super Eagles Team B. Maybe they can actually do what they need to do to make sure they secure a maximum victory. Away from that particular one, let's go take a look at some games that happened yesterday. Taking a look at the Europe Top 5 League, of course, game happened yesterday. It was actually very, very keenly contested encounter when Everton was weighing up against Leeds United, but it turns out in favor of Leeds United. Fantastic performance by Leeds United, no doubt. That particular long goal, aside from the fact that they had a goal for themselves, they played from the kicking off of the game to the end of that particular game, having given themselves a very fantastic performance. Congratulations for Leeds United for having been able to click 3 good points for their team. Away from that, let's take a look at some other games that are scheduled to be happening live and direct today. Later on today, La Liga Santander is upon us at exactly 8 p.m. Nigerian time as well. Osasuna will be weighing up against Real Madrid away from home for Osasuna. Yes, that will be happening live and direct at Santiago Bernabeu. Alright then, and also other games that are scheduled to be happening live and direct for the African Nations Championship. They are all scheduled to be happening live and direct exactly 6 p.m. Nigerian time as well. Senegal will win up against Sudan, and also Nigeria will be taking on Congo. Let's see what miracle Nigeria really have for us today in that particular game. Away from that game, for the English League, a lot of games are actually scheduled to be happening, but I'll just take few games from those particular league. The likes of Portsmouth, Petersburg rather, when it is Bensley at exactly 15 minutes away from 8 p.m. Nigerian time. We're going to take on Luton Town at exactly 15 minutes away from 8 p.m. also. And also AFC Wimbledon will be taking on Cadiz at exactly 15 minutes away from 8 p.m. Nigerian time for those particular games that are scheduled to be happening live and direct. Alright then, away from that, let's take a look at some other news stories that are for you today. News regarding Xavi Simons to complete Chelsea switch after Bayern, also RB Leipzig clash. It has speculations actually make us understand that you might have seen Xavi Simons played at Chelsea this particular news, but speculations has not been agreement has not been made yet, so we are yet to actually conclude if yes or no maybe this particular brilliant player will be playing at Chelsea for this particular. Before we go to take a look at how the table looks like for you, let's take a look at English Premier League alone. The first 5 and also the bottom 5 is what I'll do for you. Before we go there, let's take a look at some transfer gossips that are from my table today. Let's go on through that particular one. Inter consider reuniting with Andre Onana. Let me confirm that Inter Milan are monitoring the situation of Cameroon goalkeeper Andre Onana, 29-year-old, after speculation still growing over his future at Manchester United. Another one is Chelsea are open to loan offers for England winger Raheem Sterling, 30-year-old, and also want to actually they want to move on a further 8 players before the transfer window shut down. Also, the Blues have actually also rejected a loan offer from Bayern Munich for the French forward Christopher Nkunku, 27-year-old. They will only sanction a permanent transfer for Nkunku. And also Newcastle United also said to make a move. $35 million bid for DR Congo forward, that is Yohane Wissa from Brentford, will not but Brentford will not sell the 28-year-old before signing a replacement. Another one for Liverpool fans out there, Liverpool respectively, until after the start of the Conference League campaign, which begins on Thursday. Yeah, it means Eze Eberechi future is yet to be decided. You know, there's this particular speculations coming up that Eze Eberechi might be playing for Liverpool. Never can tell, maybe or maybe not, but at this time Liverpool is also what they are showing interest in this particular brilliant star. Another one is Aston Villa have added Chelsea and also Senegal forward Nicolas Jackson, 24-year-old, to their short list of attacking options, but could face competition from Bayern Munich. Yeah, Leeds United are also close to agreeing a deal for AC Milan, also Switzerland forward Noah Okafor, who is actually 25-year-old. Finally, on transfer story, yeah, Italy winger Federico Chiesa, 27-year-old, has told Liverpool he want to say at Liverpool football. Let's take a look at some few other stories popping up here. Okay, before I even take a look at some few other stories popping, let's go take a look at some breaking news stories that I have for you this lovely and beautiful day for the world of football. We never can tell, but as it stands, game for the English Premier League game week 1, it has been confirmed. Teams will be taking on each other for the English Premier League game week 1. Okay, before I even go take a look at some breaking news, so let me take a look at this particular story popping up here for the likes of NWFL announces venues date for the 2025 championship. That's taking a look at the Nigerian Women's Football League. Ladies and gentlemen, let me confirm to you that the Nigerian Women's Football League, NWFL, has announced venues and also dates for the 2025 Women's Championship. As it stands, the Women's Second Tier League, which is actually called the Championship, will be held in Abia State from September 11 to 21, 2025. The Nigerian Women's Football League Chief Operating Officer Modupe Shabi confirmed these in a press release yesterday. Shabi said that a total number of 17 clubs have registered for this year edition, and also will be drawn together for this particular year edition into 4 groups ahead of the kick. As it stands, the competition will serve as the pathway for clubs seeking promotion to the Nigerian Women's Football League. 4 promotion tickets are available for the upcoming 2025-2026 season, according to the report I have on my table. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news story before I wrap things up on the show today for Sport Review on Kiraa Sports TV. Let me confirm, like I said, it's actually a very, very close one for Inter Milan over Andre Onana, because in no time you might be seeing a very, very, how should I put it, surprising move for Andre Onana, because speculations is really in place presently, and also Inter Milan are really monitoring the situation of Andre Onana at Manchester United. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me wrap things up with this particular news story before I leave the studio this morning. Let me confirm to you that real EPL stories, Eucharist could flop at Arsenal. That's coming from Rio Ferdinand. I don't know, but it's coming from Rio Ferdinand. It's a Manchester United legend. Rio Ferdinand has actually said he has not been impressed every time he watched new Arsenal striker Victor Gyökeres play. According to the report, Gyökeres arrived at the Emirates for a record fee of $63 million from Sporting CP this particular summer. Ferdinand has now urged fans to calm down when it comes to their expectation over the 27-year-old Gyökeres. Mikel Arteta gave Gyökeres competitive debut at Old Trafford, that was on Sunday, but he failed to register a shot before he was actually replaced by Kai Havertz in the second half. Ferdinand, speaking on Czech Sports, said, "Calm down. I've seen him live twice, and I've watched him play for Arsenal against Manchester United on Sunday. I haven't seen enough to warrant his price tag, given his performance against a dysfunctional Manchester United." That's actually very, very fun. That's coming from a legend of Manchester United. And also for Barcelona fans out there, Ballon d'Or 2025, Rashford names 3 players Rashford named 30 players to win what? To win the award. Manchester United, Marcus Rashford has named 30 players he feels could actually win the 2025-2026 Ballon d'Or. Rashford is currently on a season-long loan deal at Barcelona, has included two of his new teammates, apart from Lamine Yamal and also Rafinha, and also the England international has speaked. Ousmane Dembele and also another player that deserve to be crowned the best in the world. Ousmane Dembele, Rafinha, they all deserve it. Rashford said it's hard to actually pick one, but they are all mature and have a fantastic season. Lamine Yamal is so young that he's so sure to win it. He's a top talent, a top player. The trio of Dembele, Yamal, and also Rafinha all made the 30-man shortlist for this particular year Ballon d'Or nominee. Ladies and gentlemen, before I leave, I need to make you understand this particular one that just popped up. That is the one regarding EPL story also. Never change top 4 predictions. Pick title winners. Okay, Gary Neville, former Manchester United captain, has actually admitted that the result of the Premier League match day 1 has led to a remarkable change to his top 4 prediction this particular season. Recall that Liverpool defeated Bournemouth by 4-2, while Manchester City won 4-0 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Arsenal's overcome Manchester United at Old Trafford by a goal to 0 on Sunday. However, the outcome of Arsenal win against the Red Devils has led Neville to rethink one of his predictions for the new season. The Englishman has last week tipped Ruben Amorim side to finish in the 6th position this particular term, but after watching his old club against the Gunners, the retired footballer believes they will surprise people by finishing the top 4 behind the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, and also Manchester City this particular season. When I watched Manchester United against Arsenal, I thought the performance was actually very, very good, and also I think they've got a good goalkeeper. Never told a correspondent media, last week I had them finishing 6-8, but I thought the performance was really good, and I genuinely like that particular performance. As it stands, I think they've got the right materials. They are just going to have to sort that forward, a bit of the pitch out, and also I think Victor Gyökeres should be able to do what they need to do for them. But for matches that I think they'll be finishing in the top 4, that's not coming from me. No, it's coming from Gary Neville for the English Premier League prediction list. Ladies and gentlemen, this wraps things up on this edition of Sport 3 on Kiraa Sport TV. Thank you so very much for being part of this particular beautiful sports program. Please, like I always say, please make sure you share the program with friends and family. Let's spread the gospel of sport together. This program is proudly produced by Engineer FM. He's a Manchester United fans. Like I said on the previous edition of the show, that in no time I've seen Manchester back again in the Champions League, because they are really playing a very fantastic football, even though they started the season with a defeat. But that doesn't tell. Taking a look at their performance, they've really, really, really improved, and I think they really have a point to prove this particular season. My name is Bidapo Miracle Oluwadamila, part of the other crews. Big thank you to you for now. I'm out of the studio for you. Stay out of trouble.